Welcome back, folks. As many folks say, history tends to repeat itself. Well, there was a book that was banned in Germany for over 70 years. It made its way back in 2016, and its publisher surprisingly announced its overwhelmingly popularity. That book, Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler. I can't think of anyone more versed to discuss such a book as our very own Maurice Beschloss. Maurice, first of all, did you ever read Mein Kampf?
I read it 3 times.
How old were you when you read it?
8.
You read it 3 times as an 8-year-old?
In order to understand it, yes.
And so you read it, you were obviously after Adolf Hitler had taken control, was the Chancellor of Germany.
Yes. This was 1937 and early 1938, and Hitler took over on January the 30th, 1933 as a chancellor because the central party of Germany was primarily a Catholic party, said, we know how to control them, so we'll use them to give the communists and the Social Democrats a hard time. But he will control them, so don't worry. Famous last words.
2 questions. One, why did they bring it back last year? And number 2, why do you think it's been so successful? Do you think that these are Germans reading this? Do you think these are the migrants that are coming in that are Islamic that are reading this?
No, I'll tell you, there are 2 reasons. Number 1, Mein Kampf has been a major seller in the Arab countries for the last 25, 30, 40 years because it shows Jews being murdered and the playbook
and the plan of how to do it.
Yeah, you know, the gas chambers and horrible things that happen. Now, the reason why Mein Kampf has become so very popular in Germany since the ban has been lifted just a couple months ago, and the sales are just unbelievable, because Germany has gone full circle from being a terrorist country, killing not only Jews, but killing people that were incapable of doing things.
Challenged.
Physically challenged and so on. And in Eastern European countries, it killed a lot of Slavs and people that they called subhuman. Everybody who wasn't a great German was a subhuman. So the thing is, those were the great days, and I can attest to the fact that until the German Wehrmacht, their very outstanding military force, were defeated by the Russians on the Eastern Front, up to that point, Hitler was extremely popular. There was no case of any kind of rebellion against Hitler at all. Yeah, there were some isolated assassination attempts. You had this one where they put a bomb at his feet and it went off and he was able to escape. But there was no group that came out against him because the Germans were very well off under Hitler. I mean, this is, very few people will say this, but I'm telling you, there was
a rebirth of the country.
After the First War, they were humiliated terribly. And at the time of the Depression hit Germany real hard in 1933. That's what put the Nazi Party in power. And then they burned the Reichstag, which was where their parliament was meeting, and to say they accused a communist of setting the fire. Well, then Hitler gained total power, and he developed the Autobahns, which made people happy because now they had roads going from one end of the country to the other. He was the father of the Volkswagen, which gave the average person a little car that they never had before. He gave people what they wanted.